morning, guys. Today is Monday. I miss you guys so much. I surely hope you have a great, safe weekend. Hopefully, when all this pandemic is over, we'll be back together again. Okay, we're going to start off our day with the question of the day. Today, I want you to tell me, what tool does your parents have around your house to fix things with? The question again, what tools does your parent have around the house to fix things with? Send me your responses. Okay, now today we're going to do a different I love you ritual, and it's called Georgie Porgy, and it goes like this. Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie gave his friend a big high five. With his friend he loved to play, a gift of a smile he gave each day. So let's do it again. Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie gave his friend a what? A big high five. With his friends he loved to play, a gift of a smile he gave each day. Okay, we're going to go over that every day. I want you to be saying it with me, guys. Okay, now we have our book, The Three Javelinas. Well, I read the first reading of this book on Friday, but I didn't get any responses back. I know you guys can do it, so I want you to send me your answers when we read this book. It's a great book, and it's called The Three Javelinas, and it was written by Susan Lowell. See? Look at the javelinas. What do you think those javelinas are? So let's read and see. This is our title page. Okay. Once upon a time, way out in the desert, there were three little javelinas. Javelinas are wild, hairy, southwestern cousins of pigs. Their heads are hairy, their backs were hairy, and their bony legs all the way down to their hard little hooves were very hairy. One day, the three little javelinas trotted away to seek their fortunes. In this hot, dry land, the sky was almost always blue. Steep purple mountains looked down on the desert where the cactus forest grew. Soon the little javelinas came to a spot where the path divided, and each one went a different way. The first little javelina wandered lazily along. She didn't see a dust storm whirling across the desert until it caught him. The whirlwind blew away and left the first little javelina sitting in a heap of tumbleweed. Look at the tumbleweed. Brushing himself off, he said, "I'll build a house with them." And no time at all he did. What story does this book put you in the mind of? I want you to text me your answers. Send me a video. He called out sweetly, "Little pig." Women, no. One too many. Hold on, guys. Then along came a coyote. He ran through the desert so quickly and so quietly that he was almost invisible. In fact, This was only one of Coyote's many magical tricks. He laughed when he saw the tumbleweed house and smelled the javelina inside. A tender, juicy piggy, he thought. Coyote was tired of eating mice and rabbits. He called out sweetly, little pig, let me come in. Little pig said, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, shouted the first javelina, who had a lot of hair on his chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, said Coyote. Look, he's huffing and puffing and blowing. Let's see what happens. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the little tumbleweed house away. But in all the hullabaloo, the first little javelina escaped and went looking for his brother and sister. Coyote, who was very sneaky, tiptoed along behind. The second little javelina walked for miles among giant cactus plant called saguaros. They held their ripe red fruit high in the sky, but they made almost no shade, and the little javelina grew hot. Then he came upon a Native American woman who was gathering sticks from inside a dried up cactus. She planned to use the long sticks called saguaro ribs to knock down the sweet cactus fruit. The second little javelina said, please, may I have some sticks to build a house? How you, she said, which means yes, in the language of the desert people. So what was her language? A Native American, she said, how you? That means what? Yes. Oh, you got it. Great job, guys. When he was finished building his house, he lay down in the shade. Then his brother arrived, panting from the heat, and the second little javelina moved over and made a place for him. Pretty soon, Coyote found the saguaro rib house. He used his magic to make his voice sound just like another javelina's. Little pig, let me come in, he called. But the little javelinas were suspicious. The second one cried, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Bah, thought Coyote, I'm not going to eat your hair. Then Coyote smiled, showing all his sharp white teeth. I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. So he huffed, and he puffed, and all the saguaro ribs came tumbling down. But the two little javelinas escaped into the desert. Still not discouraged, Coyote followed. Sometimes his magic did fail, but then he usually came up with another trick. I wonder what his another trick is going to be. The third little javelina trotted through beautiful Palo Verde trees with green trucks and yellow flowers. She saw a snake sliding by, smooth as oil. A hawk floated round and round above her. Then she came to a place where a man was making adobe bricks from mud and straw. The bricks lay on the ground, baking in the hot sun. The third little javelina thought for a moment and said, may I please have a few adobes to build a house? "Sí," answered the man, which means yes in Spanish. So when you hear somebody say "sí," that means yes. The brick makes lang- the brick maker's language. So the third Javelina built herself a solid little adobe house, cool in the summer and warm in the winter. When her brothers found her, she welcomed them in and locked the door behind them. Coyote followed the trail. Little pig, let me come in," he called. The three little Javelinas looked out the window. This time, Coyote pretended to be very old and weak with no teeth and a sore paw. But they were not fooled. "No, not by the hair of my chinny chin," called back the third little Javelina. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said Coyote. He grinned, thinking of the wild pig dinner to come. "Just try it," shouted the third little Javelina. So Coyote huffed and he puffed, but the adobe bricks did not budge. Again, Coyote tried. "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The three little Javelinas covered their hairy ears, but nothing happened. The Javelinas peeked out the window. The tip of Coyote's raggedy tail whistled right past their noses. He was climbing up on the tin roof. Next, Coyote used his magic to make himself very skinny. "The stovepipe," gasped the third little Javelina. Quickly, she lighted a fire inside her wood stove. "What a feast it will be," Coyote said to himself. He squeezed into the stovepipe. "I think I'll eat them with red hot chili sauce." Whoosh! Sizzle! Then the three little Javelinas heard an amazing noise. It was a bark. It was a cackle. It was not a howl. It was not a scream. It was one of those sounds together like yip yap yeet yow. Away ran a puff of smoke shaped like a coyote. The three little Javelinas lived happily ever after in the adobe house. And if you ever hear Coyote's voice way out in the desert at night, well, you know what he's remembering. And that's the end. That's a great book, guys, of the three Javelinas. They put you in the mind of another book that we read. So I want you to send me a text message telling me what your answer of the book you think this put you in the mind of. The three little Javelinas put you in the mind of the three little what? All righty. Now, we're at the end of our video. So, guys, I'll be looking for your videos and send me some of your good crafty work that you've been doing at home. Send me some pictures of you writing or drawing your pictures. I love you. See you tomorrow.